What is going on, everybody, all you NTTY fans? Today is April 21st, 2022, and you are listening to the Nice Talkin To Ya podcast. We got a lot of things happening right now. We got t-shirts, we got trademarks, we got logos pending with the USPTO, so that's exciting. If you want to become a part of the show, you can email us at nicetalkintoya21@gmail.com. If you want to support the show, you can find us on Patreon. There will be a link in the episode notes to what Patreon is. Go ahead and subscribe to Patreon. You will have access to exclusive episodes, merchandising deals, perks, and so on and so forth. So check us out on Patreon. Apologies if you hear any background noise, like a plane or the Yankee game. Right now, the Yankees are squaring off against the Detroit Tigers, and Miguel Cabrera is one hit away from becoming the 33rd player to join the 3,000 hit club. So, and I'm trying to squeeze in this recording of this podcast in between his at bats right now. So, he just had his third at bat. He just struck out. So Jordan Montgomery just struck him out the second time off a check swing that the first base umpire called him out. I wonder who that was. I'm going to look that up, who the first base umpire was who called him out. Because it was questionable, but still it was, I don't know. Like, it's not a hit. So, and then Monty struck him out. Jordan Montgomery struck him out in the fourth to lead off the Tigers' bottom half. And Jordan does not want to be part of history. He does not want to be the guy who gives up Miguel Cabrera's 3,000 hit. Etching his name into that trivia question. Because David Price gave up Derek Jeter's 3,000 hit, and Justin Verlander gave up A-Rod's hit. Two great pitchers. So, nice little trivia bit for you. And before Miguel Cabrera's third at bat, Michael King was warming up in the bullpen, and I thought he was going to come in to face Miguel Cabrera. And that's a perfect segue into this episode because Michael King, surprisingly enough, is actually one of the guys one of the Yankees who has an immaculate inning. And this is the Immaculate show. Write that down. Both Immaculate inning and Michael King. Yankee, Immaculate inning, Michael King. Write that down. It'll become relevant later, I promise. All right, so why is this show immaculate, you ask? Well, you got to come alive, lighting up the sky. Isn't that a great movie, The Greatest Showman? Got some great, amazing music. It's one of Amanda's favorite shows. That and Battleship with, what was that, Rihanna? I don't know why. Don't ask me why Battleship is one of her favorite movies, but it is. Write that down. So, immaculate inning. So what is an immaculate inning in baseball? It is when a pitcher strikes out all three batters that he faces or she faces and uses only three pitches. Now that's there can be a foul ball involved, but a pure immaculate inning is when there is three pitches, three strikes, three strikeouts. And I know it seems simple. It's like, isn't that what they're supposed to do? Strike the guys out or gals? But surprisingly enough, it's very unlikely. It's only happened 106 times in the history of the game. 4 million innings played in baseball, and there's only 106 immaculate innings. Write that down, 106. The most recent pitcher to accomplish this feat is Super Nestor Cortez with the New York Yankees. The reason why he's called Super Nestor Cortez is he has a great Super Mario mustache. So that was my attempt of doing Super Mario music. I must dash the audience a question. It's a dad joke for you. More to come. Better video game, Super Mario Brothers or Zelda? It's a poll. I guess I could do a poll question. You probably put a poll question on my Patreon page. Yeah, write that down. The reason why I keep saying write that down is like there was somebody who, like, I write stuff down all the time. I'm always writing stuff down. I have notebooks all over the place, and this one person was giving me some crap about it. I'm like, you know what? Nice talking to you. And the reason why I'm telling you guys to write stuff down is there might be a trivia, Nice Talking To Ya trivia game. You might become the next thousandaire. I'm not going to say millionaire because who wants to be? I think they have a copyright or trademark on that, so I don't want to upset my attorneys by using who wants to be. So who wants to be a thousandaire? I think I can use that. Can I, attorneys? I don't know. But let's focus on Nestor. So Nestor was the most recent player to do it. He did it on Easter Sunday, 2022, striking out Anthony Santander with a strikeout swinging, Ryan McKenna with a strikeout looking, and Robertson Chirinos strikeout swinging. Now there was, I did some fact checking. These are the actual, I went back to Baseball Reference, courtesy to Baseball Reference. Thank you. I love that website. But they have, you gotta compare your facts. You gotta look up Nestor. Like look up Nestor Cortez windup. Just Google that. And he has these like wacky windups because he doesn't throw very hard. Because if you look at the list of pitchers who have immaculate innings, a lot of them are hard throwers because they just throw it by the guys and they can't catch up to it. But Nestor is a finesse pitcher. Nestor finesse. And so having him have this accomplishment is awesome, is amazing, because it's showing, it's going to tell you that, hey, if you play the chess match of pitching and hitters, if you hit your spots, throw them a changeup, throw them a curveball, throw them a slider, outside, that's why he had a strikeout looking on one of these guys, because he probably threw a backdoor curveball that, dropped right in there and the umpire rang him up. But let's move on. Let's keep going. Trivia. Write those names down as far as Nestor, who he struck out. That'll be coming up eventually in some trivia games. We'll do an episode on trivia. There's just a lot of trivia nuggets in these immaculate inning stats. For instance, Sandy Koufax, that's what I was saying. So Sandy Koufax, Chris Sale, and Mad Max Scherzer are the only pitchers to accomplish the feat 3 times in their careers. Jesus Sanchez on September 13th in 1998 nearly did it twice in one game. Nearly. But he did accomplish stuttering, my dyslexia coming back again. That's why I'm doing this, I just got to keep trucking away. But Jesus Sanchez struck out 3 Atlanta Braves on September 13th, and he continued to strike out 7 consecutive batters using only a total of 25 pitches. I mean, wow. I mean, were the Braves using wood from an old abandoned church? I mean, were their bats holy? You're just swinging and missing. But no, I'm glad those 98 Braves ended up losing to the Padres in the NLCS that year, because it gave our family a chance to go to the World Series. We actually went to the World Series that year when the Padres played the Yankees in the 98 World Series. We went to Game 3. And the one thing I remember is how old was I back then? I don't know, but I was nearly a teenager. Yeah, I was 12. Yeah, I was 12 or 11 or 12. And the one thing I remember was that I don't think Dad ever sat down. We had a sign because Darryl Strawberry was on that team, and the Yankees were losing by 3 going into the 5th, and Scott Brocious hit a home run that just landed just in front of us because we're sitting in left center field, and the Yankees went up 3-2. Or no, they tied it up. I don't know the exact score. I have to go back, but Scott Brocious hit 2 home runs. So he had 2 home runs He hit a 2-run home run and a 3-run home run. And I think he was the entire offense for the Yankees in that game, because the Yankees ended up winning 5-4 because the Padres scored in the bottom of the 8th, and the Yankees scored 2 in the 7th and 3 in the 8th. Padres came back. They got one more run in the 8th, bottom of the 8th, and then it was locked up 0-0 in the 9th. Rivera came in, closed, and shut it down, shut the door. But yeah, so luckily, yeah, maybe the Braves did use holy bats from an old abandoned church. All you Braves fans, the defending Atlanta Braves, because they won the World Series last year. But good for them. It's good for baseball when a team that hasn't won in a while wins. But all right, back to Immaculate inning factoids. So the first pitcher to ever accomplish the feat was John Clarkson. He was the first pitcher to do it for the Boston Bean Eaters, and he did it against the Philadelphia Quakers on June 4th, 1889. So now you can imagine, now there's 106 Immaculate innings. John Clarkson did it for the first time in 1889. There was a decade that it didn't happen at all. I believe in the 70s, 60s and 70s, or 70s and 80s, back when guys were just trying to get on base. They were just slapping the ball around, and pitchers wasn't really developed. I mean, now pitching is so specialized. They have all these relief pitchers that come in, and they're just flamethrowers. But yeah, that's Immaculate innings as promised on this Immaculate show. That's all I have for you today. Tomorrow is Earth Day. If anybody knows that. Next week we'll do an episode on the planet, on Earth. Maybe to have some fun facts about our beautiful planet. I've always wanted to plant a tree on Earth Day. I think isn't there like a tree day or a plant day, or something? I don't know. We'll do something. We'll have something in the works. But I want to do an episode on the planet because I'm a big enthusiast for the environment. I think we all should, in my opinion. Got to bring some positivity to the environment. But yeah, find us on Patreon. You can find us there. Like I said, exclusive stuff for the Patreon subscribers. You can email the show. We also find us on Twitter at the Nice Talkin _ToYa. That's the Twitter handle. All that information will be on the episode notes, so you can find us there. But yeah, that's what we got for you today. And as always, it's been nice talking to you.